Don't move. Turn your fantasy football into reality. Here's CJ.
Hey, welcome back. I've got my BC Lions jersey on because we're going to talk about short quarterbacks. Bryce Young, is he too short to play in the National Football League? That's the question. And the reason I'm wearing this is because of this young man. Show it up there. That was Doug Flutie. Yes, Doug Flutie, 1984 Heisman Trophy winner. He signed with the USFL. Donald Trump signed him to a huge contract to play for the New Jersey Generals, I believe it was. And it was like $8 million over 6 years, but the league folded a year later. So in that 1985 NFL draft, instead of the Heisman Trophy winner being picked early, the Rams got him in round 11. They used to have way more rounds than they do now. So after a year in LA, they moved him to Chicago. He played a little bit in Chicago. He moved around the NFL a little bit. He really couldn't catch on anywhere. He was just too short. That's what they said. He was 5'10", can't play quarterback in the NFL in 1986, 7, 8 if you were 5'10". Now that changed 10 years later when they changed a bunch of the rules and made it more, let's say, easy. Just made it easier for quarterbacks, smaller quarterbacks, to kind of maneuver around. But there's still that stigma of the 5'10" quarterback. Now Doug Flutie went up to Canada, played up there for 8 years, and made the Canadian Football League Hall of Fame. 3 championships in 8 years. He won the MVP, I think, 4, 5, 6 times. He was phenomenal. Set the league record for yardage passing in a season, 6,600. In any league, that's good. So back to the NFL he went, and he caught on with Buffalo, played 3 seasons there, went to San Diego. But in all, Doug Flutie is a name that everyone remembers. Everyone was rooting for him. He was 5'10". He was way too short to play in the NFL, right? But he played 21 years of professional football. 1 in the USFL, 8 in Canada, and 12 in the NFL. So there is precedent for a 5'10" quarterback to have a long career in professional football. And lately, 5 years ago, KYLER Murray became the next one. Because if you go through the annals of National Football League history, other than the 30s and 40s where there was a couple of guys, O'Brien and LeBaron, I believe, that played then that were 5'7", there's nobody else. I mean, there's guys like P.J. Walker's 5'10", Russell Wilson's 5'11". There's lots of guys that are 5'11", Sonny Jurgensen, but 5'10" is the magic cutoff. Because in modern football, the only 2 5'10" quarterbacks that have actually done anything are Doug Flutie and KYLER Murray. And KYLER Murray averages, 22, 23 touchdown passes a year. He runs for 500, 600 yards. What's wrong with that? If that's who Bryce Young winds up being, great. But as far as him being a success in the National Football League, there isn't a lot of history there for guys his size. So I don't know. In fantasy football, it's all about how many points you score. And if he has a 5, 6, 7-year career, or does the same as KYLER Murray, he just hits that level and stays there. 22 touchdowns a year, run for 5 or 6, run for 500 yards, that type of thing. There's nothing wrong with that. 3,700 yards passing a year. Hey, if that's what he winds up being, that's success in the National Football League. Patrick Mahomes, 4,000 yards, 34 touchdowns, that level there, it's hard for me to sit here and go, I think Bryce Young is going to be the next Patrick Mahomes. No, I think that he has a real opportunity to be the next KYLER Murray, the next Doug Flutie, that type of guy. I think that he's going to be successful. He could be the next Lamar Jackson, just a little shorter is all, But Bryce Young and the National Football League, the way the game's played today, it's a little more mobile, and there's a lot more movement and things like, Hurts is a good running quarterback, and Jackson moves around quite a lot. So if you think that Bryce Young is too small to play in the NFL, I think you're wrong. And back in my day, we used to have a saying, the bigger, I'm 6'5". The people would say to me, hey, the bigger you are, the harder you fall. When was the last time you heard that? But the response that we gave back was, for us big guys, was always, no, 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 you got that wrong. The bigger we are, the faster you better be able to run. So I'll leave you with that. And this, Doug Flutie rookie card. We're going to have a contest. No, it's not a rookie card, sorry. It's a CFL card from 1991. If you are interested in this, we're going to have a contest, so stay tuned. Next show or the show after, we'll have a special contest for you to win the chance, or get a chance to win this card. We don't have any Canadian flags to go with it anymore. We gave all those away. But Doug Flutie, KYLER Murray, BRYCE YOUNG, pretty good company there. Never know. I'm CJ. This has been the Dirty Landry Report. Thank you. Remember, subscribe, like, and ask a few questions if you want. Have yourself a great day.